Hey there, and welcome. Welcome to the Samhain Reads in the Words of Grace Facebook group by Mark A. Lyons. I always forget the title, right? Oh yeah, there it is, Words of Grace by Mark A. Lyons Facebook group. Our Grace stream for October 2019, the Samhain Grace stream. We're going to be doing some quickie zodiacal reads for the sun, moon, and rising signs for each sign of the zodiac. We're just picking 4 cards. We're only picking 4 cards, one from each deck, so that we can do these. Now, I'm also in process of recording, editing, and uploading a new zodiacal series for Samhain and Mercury retrograde. It's called so it's the sign, so it'd be like Aries, Samhain, and Mercury retrograde reading for obviously the end of October through November 20th is when Mercury goes direct. So it's going to hit the beginning of Samhain tide because literally Mercury goes retrograde on Halloween. I'm not going out. I'm staying home. We'll see what happens though. I go where the gods send me. So let's dive in and do this. Ready? Please breathe. Now, by the way, there are people who watched the first part of this. This is actually the second part of the Grace stream. If you would like to be in on these when I do them, do check the description box below for the link for the Words of Grace by Mark A. Lyons Facebook group. It is not a secret group, a closed group, so people can't, see who's in it, which is just ducky for me, darling, because I do like my confidentiality as a Virgo. So let's dive in. The 4 decks I'm going to be using, I'm using the Caroline Myss archetype. We're going to get an archetype card. Then we're going to do Healing with the Angels Oracle, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and Whispers of Love. Yeah, I'm not using the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack because I have them separated into 2 specific decks for the other reads that I'm doing, and I don't feel like blending them and separating them again. I know, you think I'd like that as a Virgo, huh? So let's dive in. Let's get some readings going here. So we're going to start with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card, one archetype for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do they need? What's going on for them? What's the dominant archetype for them for Samhain 2019, which is really until Imbolc, February. February 2nd or 1st of next year. You got the slave archetype. I know. You'll have Britney Spears stuck in your head for a little bit. Sorry, not sorry. The slave archetype. This time I'm going to read the shadow and then the light, right? I usually do it the other way around. Shadow attribute. Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Sucks ass, been there. But the light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Okay, so think of that as like that dominant, right? Like that's the dominant archetype to look at. You can certainly research the slave archetype. But now, my angels, please give us one card of clarity for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for Samhain, this Samhain season starting essentially 2019, October into November and onwards, 2019. Piece of clarity for the slave archetype. What did I just say? Go look it up. Study. Study that, slave. Study about thy will be done, and for the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done. About surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. That's the goal that you're shooting for. And do keep in mind, we all go through periods of that, but there are some people who have the slave archetype lifelong, what's called their Cronus wheel, right? All of their lives. And they have the opportunity to become masters, right? That's the thing. You keep surrendering your will to the divine, you become a master. And there we're looking at Jesus and Moses and Gandhi and Buddha and, all men, right? Because, well, who wrote the stories? Who wrote them down, right? Probably hundreds of thousands of, if not millions of women who have done that have just gone unseen, right? Think of all them witches. What, you think we can't become enlightened? Bite my shiny magic ass. Of course we can. So my gods, please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising sign. We've got the slave and study. What say you, my gods? Well, and conflict. So if there really is an internal or external conflict going on for you, probably internal, because it is like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. What's the shadow here? Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Well, then you need to kind of get that there is a conflict inside of you, one that you need to study and look at, and eventually really get that you are the only slave. It's like, this is how I feel as a Virgo. I'm a servant to all of life, but if I'm a slave to anything, I'm a slave to my higher self, to my gods. That's how I'm still living, right? Didn't you see, like, well, if you watched the earlier part of this video, I tell a little story about where I was at last Samhain. I'm still here. All right. The higher selves of all involved, please. One card of clarity for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising sign for Samhain 2019. We got the slave on the table, study, and the four of flames, conflict. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior, right? So if you look at your pattern in relationships, you will see where this conflict has been mirrored, and perhaps how this conflict has formed, and perhaps how this conflict can be transcended, but you got to study it, you see. And then you get that, oh my God, I don't have to let my relationship patterns, right, rob me of my choices and decisions when I can go directly to the gods. And there we have it. Let's move on to Taurus, shall we? My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising sign for Samhain, this season of Samhain 2019. We've got the Lover card. Dominant energy here in the shadow. Obsessive passion that harms others. Self-destructive devotion. Definitely the shadow side. That's when you start keying cars and doing crazy shit. Light attribute. Great passion and devotion. Unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And what if that someone or something was you, right? The love of the breath. Breathe. A love of self, right? To embrace whatever that shadow is, alchemizing it into gold. My angels, please, one card of clarity for this Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain season 2019. Please, what say you? We've got the Lover card on deck here. So what say the angels? Forgiveness. There is no love without it. Forgiveness, right? So there is the alchemical ingredient itself. Forgiveness is not condoning. Forgiveness is eventually, well, it comes to me the most effortless when I get to that place of getting, no, all of this is helping me somehow. I don't know how, and I don't have to like it. Oh, no, you do not have to like it. You can vehemently hate it. You can silently wish for their death if you like. You're not going to kill them that way. Trust me, if they drop dead, you didn't do it, right? But it's loving what rises, right? This is totally about loving what rises, about healing, about embracing the shadow. And then as you transform, you look back and go, oh my goodness gracious, that was here to help me. That totally helped me. I had no freaking idea. That totally helped me. And then you're thankful, right? Oh, thank God that happened. And so, you know, tricky shit, right? Just tricky shit in general. So let's ask the gods, please, for this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? What's going on? Show us what they need to deal with or look at for the Samhain season 2019. We got the Sagittarius card. So definitely expansion, ninth house tends to be travel, right? There seems to be some travel there, but it is about the transformation, Kira Woodwind, the stirring of the cauldron with that power of fire and transformation going on, getting clearer about what you want and something rapidly being burned away. You need fire in the process of alchemy. So the higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Taurus collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them? What's a clue, a tip, a hint that they can take for Samhain season 2019? Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Shall we? Let's work backwards. Well, okay, so a spiritual connection somehow involving ninth house Sagittarian energy, whether they're Sagittarian, sun, moon, rising, maybe they don't have a single planet in Sagittarian, but they're acting like a Sagittarian, right? There's a Sagittarian vibe around this person that is engendering forgiveness somehow, that there's so, you know, well, how are you going to learn to forgive unless somebody fucks up along the way? And we all do. Just remember, everybody's doing the very best that they can. And that will, I would think, rather rapidly, time versus intensity. You can do this slow, like picking off a Band-Aid hair by hair, or just intensity, time versus intensity. But a real huge opportunity for alchemy and embracing the shadow there as you forgive the self, as you love the self, as you accept the self, as you allow those voices to come up and be heard by you. Well, you know, or go to a counselor, a therapist, work that stuff out, or by all means, do a rite of confession to your gods. No one needs to hear it. No, you don't need to put that shit on blast. And that's what I think when people put shit on blast on Facebook and social media, it's because they're not doing that they have to then explode where the pain has possessed them, right? Just the way it is. Let's move on. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card and archetype for the Gemini collective sun, moon, rising for Samhain 2019. The warrior. Anybody else getting Patty Smythe? Bang, bang. I am the warrior. Shadow attribute. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. That's about as narcissistic as you get in the shadow, but please keep in mind, any of the archetypes can be narcissistic. The light attribute, strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrificing, conquering the ego. Now, I no longer really speak the language of conquering the ego so much as I am about loving the ego, understanding that it's God in disguise, and that's what we came in to transform. Remember, we came in to play these roles. We were chosen to play the soul in this body was chosen, was cast to play the role of Mark A. Lyons, and I'm very glad to be here. So let's ask the angels. My angels, what say you about that Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign with the warrior for Samhain 2019? Soulmate. Now, I do wish there was a twin flame card in this deck. The soulmates and twin flames ain't the same thing. And if you'd like clarification on that, go watch my video clarifying twin flame, soulmates, and true lovers on my Drawing the Circle YouTube channel. So I'm not even going into that right now. Let's get all the cards out. Whenever that you feel it, my stomach is just like, nah. Where I used to be like, oh, my soulmate. There's only one soul, ultimately. We're all soulmates, like mates on a ship, right? On the soul ship. Oh, God, it's so Southern California. No offense if you're from Southern California. Yogurt, tacos, and all. My gods, please. I'm such a New Yorker. My gods, please. One card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign. We've got the warrior and the soulmate on the table. What say you, my gods, about this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain season? Well, there we've got the Libra card, 7th house, relationships, partners, marriage, spiritual connections, twin flames, soulmates, you name it, it's in this card. But of course, it is also about balance, right? It's also your relationship to the shadow self, which is perfect, right? The stuff that you don't want to deal with, the ego, the emotional baggage, all that kind of stuff, absolutely there. That you are in relationship with that too, because that's what these relationships are for. If someone triggers you, if someone makes you feel unworthy, well, then it must have been in there already. What if what they're saying and doing isn't making you feel anything? Maybe it's scheduled for it to come up, and they were scheduled to say that, do that, sometimes by not doing a damn thing, to trigger your own stored, hidden fears to come up. Yeah. Tricky shit. Tricky shit. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Oh, please, the higher selves of all involved. Well, do Geminis get 2 higher selves? No. Thank you. Please, the higher selves of all involved. One card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do they need? What is going on for them for this Samhain season 2019, considering we got the Warrior, the Soulmate, and the Libra card? Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. And we were just talking about the grace of faith before, right? That lights the way. Now, it doesn't light the whole way. It's holding a torch, right? The grace of hope is the golden thread that leads you through the labyrinth, right? And you can do that without light. You just kind of like, okay, you pray your way through it. The grace of faith lights up a couple of steps ahead, right? That it carries you through. I love the grace of faith, and it is an 8th chakra grace. It's something that has to be called upon and downloaded. It's there like a bank account, but do we withdraw it, and how often do we withdraw it, download it, and give it to someone in need, right? To absorb that first. So let's work backwards here. Have faith, because this relationship stuff you're going through Samhain, absolutely necessary. That you are dealing, if not with soulmate or twin flame, that there is definitely a role that the divine is playing in your life through your relationships, but that you must be a warrior about it, and not to win at all costs and be the narcissist, not having zero empathy, but to do it with what, right? Strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and the self-sacrifice and conquering the ego, which are your own fears. Card drop. Cool, cool. Let's do, whoops, wrong pile. Let's do the Cancerians. We're doing pretty good on time. I'll run over, I don't care. You don't care, I don't care. And if you do care, that's okay. You're probably watching this on playback anyway. So for the Cancerians, please, please, my collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity and archetype for this Cancerian collective. Ooh, I'm getting hot. This Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's the archetype they're dealing with for this Samhain season? The Rescuer. Oh, the Rescuer. Shadow attribute assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. Not great. That's the lead. Here's the gold. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. So I know we have some animal rescuers here in the group, right? Them, you don't expect them to, you know, when you rescue an animal, you know they've been through trauma. Well, what about the human animals in your life? If you're going to rescue somebody, you're doing it because it's part of your path. Otherwise, walk on by, or I go make a donation somewhere. I get it. I don't have the rescuer archetype. I just don't. I have the healer archetype. I'm a spiritual counselor. That's why I do so much fucking pro bono work. All right. So my angels, please clarify this rescuer card for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Please. Music. Oh, whoa. Listen to the music, right? Pay attention to the music that you're hearing in your head. Pay attention to the music that seems to appear out of nowhere on the radio, on playlists, things like that, in the car. I get them all the time. It's what I call audio tarot. But also understand that music, this is a song that whatever else comes with this is a song that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, you know, get through it, right? Play along. Rescuer archetype Cancerian that you are. Let's ask the gods what they see. My gods, please. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this Samhain 2019 season. Oppression, I get it. This is the card of the devil traditionally. There are two of them in this deck. This is oppression. The other one is the coyote woman. This is about being oppressed, being held back by something, something could be thoughts. So breathe. It's not going to get rid of those thoughts, but you can breathe. You can breathe your way through this. An attachment, something, a weight, a guilt. But I doubt you can see it. Maybe you can, but the rocks on top of the woman's body, right? You see the feet on one end and the heads on this end, the feet are on this end. The stones themselves are the faces of people. So those can be the opinions of others, your fears of what others will think. the psychic weight that you've taken on from other people, water, empathic, Cancerian sign that you are. So let's see, maybe you have rescued more than you are able to rescue, and you need to, what? Wane it, cut some of this stuff out. Remember, if you carry those who can walk, their legs wither. Yeah, Samhain's, see, I'm really more of a Beltane boy. Samhain's a little cut and dry for me, but I like it too. Please, the higher selves of all involved, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them for this Samhain season 2019? Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Look to your inner strength. So look, this oppression, everything here is helping you. Everything that happens is to help you. This is to help you find your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And remember, this is like a rough song on the radio. This is like a triggery, the blues, right? You know, whatever depression song, you know, pretty much any college rock from the 80s and 90s. I'm seeing Depressed Mode. I love Depeche Mode, but Depressed Mode was sort of the people who were a little too into it for me. Although I am wearing eyeliner today, I'm guy liner for the vids that I'm doing. I wasn't going to take it off and put it back on for you all. But that does make sense with someone who's a rescuer, right? It's like you may be burdened, you may be overwhelmed, you may have over-rescued. Rescue yourself, Cinderella. Go watch Ever After with Drew Barrymore. Because being rescued, when you have to rescue yourself, it's just like putting the mask on your face on the airplane before you put it on the kid next to you. It's like, they're young. Give me that mask. Put it on yourself. Taking care of you. Or if you are going to rescue, act out of love with no expectation of reward. And that's why I pray for people long distance. I bless the crap out of people, and sometimes their lives explode, but that's something that needed to happen too. All right, so who we got next? Oh, right, so we did Aries, we did Taurus, we did Gemini, we did Cancer, Leo. Lovely Leo. Please, my collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity, an archetype for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising for this Samhain 2019 season. Ooh, the victim archetype. Look, everybody's got the victim archetype. It's about self-esteem and boundaries. It's a survival archetype. We all have to deal with this sooner or later. The shadow, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. There's an inability to maintain personal boundaries, right? So the goal that you're shooting for, and by the way, we all feel victimized. I felt victimized last week until I fucking stood the fuck up for myself and cut a narcissist out of my life. Light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others, right? So there's obviously some pain here going on. So for my Leos, please, my angels, one card in clarity about this. Hey, one card in clarity here for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising sign. Oh, right, I'm Leo rising. Yeah, I could see myself still continuing that, keeping my boundaries up, my self-esteem as a verb instead of a noun, just kind of loving myself through all of this stuff, supporting myself. So please, my angels, what say you about this? Oh, a new love. Now, I knew that. You know how it is when you cut someone out, when you make a boundary, new love comes in. Now, whether that's love of yourself, which should be ongoing anyway, breathe, right? The breath is like a silent I love you to yourself. And it's always there. It's like the love of the divine, always saying I love you, right? Just breathe, feed that fire inside of you. But it might also mean that there's a new love coming into your life, a new person, place, thing, who knows? But let's ask the gods, shall we? Oh my gods, I really do want to know. I forgot. I'm Leo rising. I don't know how I forgot I'm Leo rising. Look at myself on the camera. I look like Leo rising. Please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, sun, moon, rising. Oh, I know a Leo in this group, actually, who's in a new love relationship. You know who you are, and I know who you are too. So please, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, sun, moon, rising for this Samhain tide 2019. The victim archetype with new love and the wanderer. This is not about walking away. This is about going on an adventure, going on a journey it is the 9 of flames, which would be the 9 of wands, you know, and in the Rider-Waite deck, it's all bandaged up, protecting your shit. This one is really more about what's beyond. I'm almost there, but remember, all who wander are not lost, right? That it's okay to take the journey, to not know, to be uncertain, that you're almost there. You've got all this wisdom and you've got momentum here going for you. So don't you dare give up on new love coming into your life, because really it takes one more flame to make the 9 a 10, right? Completion of the cycle. So let's ask the whispers of love here. Just scroll down, see who else is in the room. Hello, 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 hello. I know you're a Leo rising. I'm not saying your name because this is going on YouTube later, but this is what super live chat is like. I bet that's why I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so that I can do this. Like, I would do this every day. I would absolutely do this. This is a lot of fun. I'm all set up for it. I just need these subscribers. They don't unlock it until you hit 1,000 members. So go like and subscribe to my channel. Go subscribe to Drawing the Circle's channel. Last card down for this one, please. The higher selves of all involved. One card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's going on for them, considering we got the Victim, New Love, and the 9 of Flames, the Wanderer, for this Samhain 2019 season? Be authentic to who you are. What's the opposite of authentic? Deceptive, right? Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Take the fucking mask off. You may have noticed I'm pretty damn authentic. You know what brings that? Consistent devastation. Consistent demolition of the old life. Old life die-off. I mean, aren't we seeing it just on TV, on the news? Like, old life die-off. So to go backwards, be authentic to who you are, because you are on a journey and you don't know you've hit the end yet. You haven't hit the end of the cycle yet. Keep going. Your passions are driving you forward, particularly about a new love coming into your life. And yes, this could be the renewal of an old love. It could be the love of yourself. It's not really indicated here. But if you're playing victim, if you're in the self-pity thing, you got to alchemize that for yourself, right? Boundaries, self-esteem, and go really just Google victim archetype, Carolyn Myss, M-Y-S-S. It's how I learned about it. God, I had that book in hardcover. When the hell did that thing come up? I remember buying it in the bookstore. God, that might have even been my Borders Books and Music days. Remember Borders Bohemia? So glad it doesn't exist anymore. So let's move on to who? Well, what could be the next sign? What is the 6th sign? Virgo. Virgin's honor. My virginity grows back by sunlight. Did you know that? Is that every Virgo, or is that just me? All right, my collective pantheon of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity and archetype for this Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's going on for them? What's their dominant archetype to alchemize for this Samhain season 2019? Ooh, the dilettante. It's a very playful card, the dilettante. Usually it's seen as a slur. Ugh, dilettante. You'll see why in the shadow, right? Pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. You know I'm not allowed to get away with that. I get the Monty Python Deus Ex Machina foot. No, 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 no. You know me. If you don't know me now. Isn't that a song? If you don't know me now. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. I do not pretend to greater knowledge. That's just danger, right? Light attribute. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits, right? So that's the thing. Virgos, we can be very diversified. Do you really want to dabble in mysticism? Oh, you could read about it. Anybody can read about mysticism, right? Want to dabble in your chakras? Yeah, let's go in and dabble with our internal divine circuitry. Well, but you can certainly, you know, appreciate, right? Like when I go to the ballet, yes, I was a trained dancer from a relatively young age, right? Yeah, teens into my young adulthood, right? Jazz, tap, ballet, the whole 9 yards. But I ain't sitting there, you know, criticizing, pretending I know what those dancers are going through, right? Whole other different level. Although bad choreography is like nails across a chalkboard, but that's a Virgo for you. Not to mention karaoke. Oh, karaoke. Please, one card. Oh, wrong deck. Please, my angels, we've got this dilettante. One card in clarity for this Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising. We got the dilettante. What say you for them? Forgiveness. There it is again. So to not dabble in forgiveness necessarily, but there is an opportunity here for you to not be superficial in your pursuit of forgiveness. All right, I forgive you. Does anything heal? Does anything shift? Involve the divine and watch it. You can say, I don't know how to forgive this, so I call upon the gods themselves to forgive it through me for the well-being of all that I am now. Breathe. And watch what happens. My gods, please clarify one card for this Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this Samhain 2019. Brings you the Ace of Cups, happiness, right? New beginning, renewal of emotion. Oh, that cup, that Ace of Cups absolutely can be an offer of love to the self. You offer your love to somebody else, or someone offers love to you, or perhaps forgiveness. And be careful with that dilettante thing. Like, don't pretend to know what's really going on. Have the grace of humility. If you haven't read the book, go read the book, Words of Grace. It's my personal saving grace. Is the very first grace I talk about in that book, the grace of humility, the maiden grace, which would make sense for Virgos, right? Considering maiden and virgin essentially mean the same thing. So please, the higher selves of all involved. One card in Clarity, Whisper of Love for this Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign for Samhain. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So gird your loins, folks. My Virgos, snap on them chastity belts. Not really. Your astral chastity belt, in case you don't want to have astral sex. Love endures, because love is eternal. It is the truth of who we are. It cannot be created or destroyed and never changed. It simply is what it is. However, how the personality, the ego, the body, the relationship can handle it is a totally different thing. So yeah, have fun. Appreciate the beauty. Appreciate the art of manifestation, the art of the divine going on in your life, right? Because love endures. Love endures even when it's an ace that can grow into something bigger. But to endure with whatever you need to endure through, forgive. But do not be light about it. Go in. Like, if you're really going to do this, don't pretend to know what you're doing. Ask for the guidance and grace. Cool. Halfway through. Let's do Libra, Bopi, Banana, Fena, Fibra. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card to represent the archetype Libra, the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs are essentially coping with, dealing with, alchemizing for this Samhain season 2019. I love this one. I have this one in my Chronos, meaning that it comes and goes. The companion archetype. I love this one. Well, in its shadow, it kind of sucks. Sorry, the lighting on this one, it's written so like, oh, helpful. Betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Do you know I'd rather have my eyelids ripped off than betray a confidence? Why? Because I've had people betray mine. Yeah, that's a lesson you only really have to learn once, maybe twice, right? So the shadow side of that, Libra, if you are being kept in confidence, or you're giving your confidence to somebody, oh, well, it's all right, still in one piece. Oh, no, it really is a monocle. Oh, it's okay, I just got to fix the binding on it. So the light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, right? So if you're not feeling that in your companionships right now, really, really be careful about betrayal there, that you really alchemize that, because sometimes even soulmate relationships sometimes part ways, right? So that companion thing can feel very soulmatey, but there are times where you just got to say, you know, I am loyal to myself as well. And being unselfish here, it's time for us to go our own ways. Remember, this is Samhain tide we're in. But if you are in for a penny, in for a pound, be unselfish about it, because the companion archetype is part of the healing family of archetypes. So my angels, please clarify this for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. By the way, that card is so perfect for Libra. New beginning. So maybe there is a new beginning to a companion relationship. And remember, lovers can be companions too, soul companions. Just saying that feels like that rang some bells for some of you. But it could also be a new beginning in a companion relationship, meaning a new companion. comes in. To me, that always feels like, you know, buddies, friends, soulmatey. Oh, soulmatey. My gods, what say you about this Libra collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain 2019 season? We've got the companion with new beginnings and the Six of Pentacles, success under handicap. You're halfway there. Well, actually, you're more than halfway there from the ace to the 10. Keep going, keep moving forward. It's ahead of you. You have momentum here, and breakthrough is on its way. You just have to keep going, because remember, anyone who's in the race is a winner. All right, go read some Brene Brown about stepping into the arena. If she doesn't like transmit confidence and courage, like a fucking megawatts of this stuff, I love her. All right, higher selves of all involved, please, one card, a whisper of love and clarity for this Libra collective sun, moon, rising sign, please. We've got the companion, new beginnings, the Six of Pentacles. What say you for these Libras? Samhain 2019. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation, which makes sense, right? Oh, you're halfway there. Oh, are you living on a prayer? Well, call upon the grace of faith in the 8th chakra, because there is a new beginning coming, one that will allow you some loyalty and some unselfishness, but also feels very, very, very satisfying. Perhaps someone that you can pool your faith, right? Bring your faith together to get to the finish line. I think I'm worthy of it. Notice I said worthy, not deserve. Who we got next? Scorpios. We got any Scorpios in the room? My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. What is the archetype they are dealing with, alchemizing for this Samhain season 2019? Ooh, we got the king, because it's good to be the king. The king archetype in its shadow, excessive feelings of entitlement, deadly sin, rulership without restraint. Now, where have I sensed that recently? I think it was on TV. Maybe I caught it in passing. The light attribute, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Scorpio kings. You know, y'all can get some shady shit going on. Let's see what the angels have. Let's see what the angels have to say about that. Look, I can't bitch. I've got Neptune in Scorpio. I got my own hidden shit going on, but that's okay. I use it to teach, and eventually they show up in my books and in my videos. Barney. Please, my angels, one card in clarity for this Scorpio king archetype Samhain 2019. Trust. Is this about trust? Is this about you trusting your power as a king, your leadership? Is this about them trusting you? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3. My gods, please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on here for Samhain 2019? Samhain season, we got the king with trust and the 5 of cups, the storm. Okay. Yeah, I'll wait till they're all down there, but you know the 5 of cups, right? It's usually not fun, but a storm always passes. A storm always passes. There's never been a storm, perfect or otherwise. Wasn't that a great movie, The Perfect Storm? All those cute little sailor boys getting drowned. Piscean weekend, Scorpio weekend. Yeah, this is a rough patch. You're going through a rough patch emotionally, but you've got the king archetype there. That's like masculine family big time, and with trust. So let's see here, please. The higher selves of all involved. Since this took a very scorpionic turn, no shock, not shook. Please, one card, a whisper of love for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them, Samhain 2019? Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So a spiritually connected relationship that is at storm, that is stormy, that is turbulent. Could be twin flame. you know, twin flames, the turbulent ones. Like I said, go watch that. Big difference between that and soulmate. And perhaps there is an issue of trust at hand about whether you are being abused as a king, whether your power is being abused by you or by someone else indirectly. Can you lead, or are there excessive feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraint? You know, any sign can be narcissistic. I think we're just used to seeing the divine masculine in narcissistic tendencies. But remember, there is the covert narcissist, the one that doesn't look like a narcissist, but they ghost, they disappear, they lie, they deceive. So just be careful of that, those feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraint, because the world needs more kings and queens. I'm a queen. Queen, please. Oh, sorry, I did that. We need, sorry, I was wrapping it up already. Did we do that already? Oh yeah, we're already on to the next. Sorry. Sorry, I've gone non-temporal. Let's look at what's next. Sagittarius. Here we go. Happened at this time of year too, the perfect storm. Got it. Okay. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarius. There you are, collective. Sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain 2019 season. Ooh, the Midas and the Miser. Such a great card. It's so very lead and gold. It's very alchemical. So the archetype that you are dealing with, the shadow attribute, hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. You know, I've known very, very wealthy people. And it's so funny. They're just as afraid of losing their money as the people who don't have the money are afraid they're never going to get it. It's quite funny to watch if you're in that mind. The light attribute, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches, the Midas touch. And with that Jupiterian, Sagittarian stuff going on too, that does make sense that it would happen like lightning. My angels, please clarify for this Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain 2019 celebration. The Midas Miser with celebration feels really good. Doesn't feel like that needs too much tuning into, that there's something to celebrate here. Certainly we're going into holiday season, right? Halloween kicks it off. So there's some celebrating going on there. Feels very jovial, right? Jove, by Jove. It's very Zeusian, very Jupiterian. So my gods, what say you about this Midas Miser archetype in celebration for this Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain 2019? Now, Six of Blades manipulation. Now, if you think of Six of Blades or Six of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck, right? It's the guy in the gondola with the woman and the kid going from choppy water to smooth. So this is about seeing things differently. This card has no reverse because it's always sort of in motion, just like the mind is always sort of moving. So it is about changing point of view, but it's not the Hanged Man, right? It's a different kind of thing. This is therapy. This is meditation. It's breathe. In that, I just went from choppy brain wavelength to smooth wavelength, right? Look at me forgetting where I was in a reading. Yeah, slow down. So my higher selves, the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarius collective sun, moon, rising sign. Considering we've got the Midas Miser archetype with celebration and the Six of Blades manipulation, what's going on for them, the Sagittarians, Samhain 2019? Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Now, simply acknowledge this as truth means you got to set your mind to it. Bring yourself into that Six of Blades balance, moving yourself perhaps physically into a calmer state of mind, yoga, tai chi, whatever it takes. But certainly along with that comes celebration. You experience, or at least really see it mentally, that love is all around you. And in that, Any hoarding is reversed with generosity, that entrepreneurial spirit to turn anything into gold. Oh, that's just lovely. Oh, I hope he doesn't touch his willy. Gold member. Please, let's do now. Oh, we just got Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I hope I didn't miss. Did I miss any signs? Let me know if I miss any signs. Oh, good. A dear friend of mine from out west is there, and we haven't done Aquarius yet. Yay, we'll get to it. I'm not mentioning names. This is going on Facebook, YouTube. Oh, my pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, please, pretty please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them for this Samhain season 2019? Oh, the archetype of the judge. Now, not always so judgy. It has a lot more to do with fairness, right? But the shadow attribute, the lead you're going to alchemize into gold, hopefully. Offering only destructive criticism, because that's so much fun to be around. Misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So it's a misuse of that stuff, putting your thumb on the scale, as it were. The light attribute, balancing justice and compassion. Now, if you know anything about the Kabbalistic tree of life, it's mercy and severity. So there we're really looking at the balancing of justice and compassion. Managing the fair distribution of power. What do the angels got to say about that? That feels very Capricornian. That feels very Saturnian. Please don't name your daughter Saturnian. Please. My angels, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on with this judge archetype for these Cancerian sun, moon, rising signs? Well, the signs are there. Pay attention to the signs, my judges. My Capricornian judge archetypes, that the signs are on the wall. Really be looking for imbalance, really looking for things that are fair so that you can, in your light, perhaps within yourself, look at the signs of where are you out of balance and where can you balance justice and compassion. And do remember, compassion is remembering that this is all scripted, that everybody is doing the best that they can with their level of consciousness, what they've learned, the wounds they're carrying, how much they've healed, you know, the emotional baggage, all of that stuff. And that it's never about you, right? Don't take it personally. The Four Agreements is really based on quantum truth. Yeah. What do the guides have to say about this? Please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, moon, rising sign. We've got the judge and the angels are talking about the signs. What say you for them this Samhain? We're looking at the Five of Pentacles, the earthquake. A fast shake-up where everything seems to change. So there we go, that thing of balancing, right? Justice and compassion when shit hits the fan. And this is an earth card, but the signs are there. Pay attention to the signs. You'll see it coming so that you can be that center point of the scales, right? So that you can keep yourself in balance as best as you can. And now let's get a whisper of love, please, for the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card of clarity for this Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising sign. What say you about this Samhain for them, considering we've got the judge archetype signs and the signs of an earthquake, right? What's going on for them? Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So how do you forgive? Well, the Course in Miracles says every spiritual lesson is ultimately about forgiveness, but forgiveness itself is an illusion, but it's the only illusion that heals. So that's a very third-dimensional perspective of it all. To really get that you might have a lot of forgiveness work to do here in order to balance this. Pay attention to the signs. And when shit shakes out, you may not do it right away, but here's what you do. I'm not ready to forgive yet, and I forgive myself for not being ready to forgive. Oh, look, I just did it. And did you feel that? Just, oh, that relaxation. The lower back just went, oh, just a little bit, right? Didn't completely heal and melt and all of that, but moved it in that direction. Pretty cool, huh? Aquariums. Oh my God, I know I have at least one aquarium in the room. Let's do this, please. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Aquarian collective. Sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on with them for Samhain 2019? Ooh, the engineer. Now, this ain't about tinkering with technology necessarily, right? There's a lot that goes on in the engineering archetype. Shadow attribute, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Oh, they fucked up, get rid of them. Nope, off with their heads, done, right? Keep in mind the emotional consequences, both your own and others. Light attribute, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. So you can be an artist, because I know one of the Aquarians in this room is an artist. You can absolutely give your creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing solutions to common dilemmas, right? So even though, I mean, you really don't want me to change a spark plug. All I know is it's a plug that sparks. I don't know, you put it in the wall incorrectly. I have no idea what that means. But can I engineer a strategy? Well, that's really the strategist, but you get what I'm saying. That the engineer can do its creative family archetype. The engineer can absolutely design resolutions, often between people or to resolve something within yourself. Let's look at that, my angels. What say you about this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, considering the collective is talking about the engineer for Samhain 2019? Self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. And for me, the words of self-acceptance are simple. It's okay. It's okay you don't know what to do. It's okay you want to kill them. It's okay you want to screw their brains out till their eyes pop out. It's okay. We're just not doing that right now because we have to accept where we are. Embracing the shadow is the name. Spiritual alchemy is the name of the game. What would love do? Love would start with self-acceptance. Love would start with taking care of you. Make that part of your engineering strategy, so to speak, your practical application of creative energy. Self-acceptance, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And watch as the stress leaves your body, right? It's amazing. It's okay. It's what you say to a 5-year-old when they're freaking the fuck out, right? My gods, what say you about this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, considering we've got the engineer and self-acceptance? What's going on for this Samhain season for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign? Interestingly enough, the Libra card comes back around. Now, I forget which one it was because I'm going really fast, but one of the previous signs had this as well. This is about relationships, certainly partnerships, marriage, balance, right? But also the relationship to the shadow self. So there's definitely some acceptance, I would say, that needs to be done first, right? Come up with a practical way of doing this for yourself to find resolutions to resolve the issues within your shadow, the unfinished business, right? The old wounds that have never been dealt with, whatever's going on within you. And you do that from a mental place. In fact, you're sure to be given the go-ahead there with that air suit card, Libra, to bring that into balance through self-acceptance, and then it can absolutely be extended to other people, but you gotta bring yourself into balance first, right? Have to accept the self first. Otherwise, you're chasing after acceptance from others and might not even be realizing you're doing it. We all fall into that, right? That's just written into the script. Don't beat yourself up for that. Ultimately, we're all gonna find we've never done anything wrong, right? Why wait until we croak to look back and go, oh my God, it was perfectly designed. I never put a foot in the wrong place. I never made a bad decision. I played the roles of the best, right? We played the role according to the script and did the best I could. Why wait? Do it now. Live that way now. I'm trying. Higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain 2019. Considering we've got the engineer, self-acceptance, and the Libra card, appreciate this moment, not just this moment, in general, Samhain, this moment in your life. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love within the self through self-acceptance, right? So use your relationships with yourself, your one-on-one relationships with others, in order to find what you have not accepted within yourself. Sometimes you can really, really not stand. You don't have to like everybody. Unliking, disliking is often an intuitive hit that we wrap in a judgment, and well, no, I don't want to be judgy, I don't want to be judgy, and then 6 months later you find out they've been stealing your shit, right? That to go with that, it's like, no, it just doesn't feel right. It's nothing about their character. I'm just going to trust my gut, my intuition, right? Going to accept what rises within me as part of a practical strategy. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, cool, cool. And I think very practical. You know, if readings aren't necessarily practical, what are they? If they don't give you some guidance and grace, which is what this is all about, at least as I read. I'm just a channel. Channel MAL, like MTV, MAL. Remember when MTV used to play music? Anyway, now it should just be called Media TV, MTV. All right, last one. Oh, my Pisceans, I love saving the best for last. I love my Pisceans. I love being a Pisces moon. So this may be in me. Hey, Anthony. You, I can say, because I talk about you in my videos all the time. All right, so let's do this, please. Last cards, last reading. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sign for this Samhain tide. What's the archetype they're dealing with for this Samhain tide 2000? The femme fatale. I love the femme fatale. I embodied her last night. Oh, she's amazing. Oh, you think the femme fatale doesn't help me? Woo, the femme fatale helps me cut people out of my life, particularly men who are liars, tramps, and thieves. I've never been with a gypsy that I'm aware of, but they are hot, aren't they, those gypsy men? See, I can't be racist. I think everybody's hot, mostly, depending on political leaning. I'm sorry. Shadow attribute. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. What? No. Yeah, right? In the shadow, the femme fatale, like the warrior, doesn't give a crap. Will go and do what she wants. Will use whatever she needs to do to get what she wants, and is fatal, and often doesn't mind destroying someone to get what she wants. Yeah, wild card family, not the feminine family. So this one really isn't about being male or female, the femme fatale. Light attribute, this is the lifesaver. I love her so much. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, meaning the receptive. It's not about being female, right? It's about that receptive. Doesn't mean you're a bottom, just means that highlights the erotic energy of the internal, of the yin. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected, and your dependency is supposed to be rejected. Now, there is healthy dependency that's going on, like, you know, a child who is dependent upon their parents to feed them and clothe them, right? And keep them from sticking forks in electric sockets, right? There are certain dependencies that are healthy, but we eventually outgrow them. And by the way, total independence isn't the answer either. That could be just as toxic. So much as it is about bringing that into a balance, interdependency, or what I call God dependency, dependence on the divine, and to trust that everything here is to help you. So let's ask the angels about that, please. My angels, one card in clarity for this Pisces collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them with this femme fatale archetype for Samhain tide 2019? Blessings. It's a blessing. It's a mitzvah, which technically means gift. The blessed femme fatale. So we're looking at that light attribute there, where it looks like the Pisceans are going to get a little juicy with their feminine energy and be magnetizing to them. That is the yin, right? The divine feminine, magnetizing to them some blessings. Charge them, battery girls. Get the battery. Anybody watching Batwoman? So good. Oh, that's on tonight. DVR while I'm working. All right, my gods, please, one card in clarity for this Pisces collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them for this Samhain 2019? Considering the femme fatale and blessings. Oh, we've got your card. The card of the moon. Now, I know usually it's associated with Cancer, right? Cancer is a moon, right? The moon child, their planet is the moon. But this is about the intuitive path and how obscuring it can get. And definitely with this femme fatale, ooh, to follow your gut, to follow your intuition. Yes, there may be some cloudiness. There may be some illusions, which is totally connected to Pisces energy as well. But if you just let the flow take you where the flow takes you, there are blessings to be had. The journey itself is the blessing here. So please, last card down for all of these readings, please, the higher selves of all involved. One card in clarity for this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising sign. What's going on for them this Samhain tide 2019 with the femme fatale blessings and the card of the moon? Oh, I love this card because it's the same both ways. I know this card. It's I love you. I love you. These are very important words. So look, with the femme fatale, we're not talking about a maternal relationship here, are we? Right? We are talking about something sexual, romantic. I'm so ready. Ready to swim into them waters of blessings, but following the intuition, following the trail of blessings, knowing that everything's here to help you, then everything can be a blessing. But are we open to experiencing it that way? But remember the I love you, right? To the self, I love you. My dependency has been rejected. Praise God, hallelujah. It sucks, it bites ass. Here I am. So let me be God. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, you want to slay them? You want to burn down the village? You want to lynch their family for 7 generations hence? It's okay. I love you. I love that you want to protect us and get revenge for us. We're not going to. But I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. But I have a feeling the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising signs are going to be hearing this word and those words and saying those words quite a bit this Samhain tide as they alchemize the femme fatale into the healthy femme fatale. So there we have it, folks. All 12 signs, sun, moon, rising. I'm taking a break after this and going right back to doing the Samhain Mercury retrograde reads for the YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching, but we are going to end with a prayer, shall we? Let's take a moment. What's been the key word? If you didn't watch the whole thing, here we go. Breathe. Couple of deep breaths. And here we go. God, Goddess, all that is. We surrender this Samhain tide to you. May it serve your purposes. We know that we don't know what's going to happen. We just know what this time is about to a greater or lesser degree, that there is letting go, that there is death and transformation, that there is letting the field lay fallow as we rest, decompose, let go, and transform into the beings you would have us be. So we invoke the powers, the love, the wisdom, the guidance, and the grace of the angels, the gods, the masters, and the higher selves of all involved to work through us to make this the best, most fulfilling, most satisfying reality that we can have. Please manifest it through us for the well-being of all. That I am now. May the grace of faith be ours today and always for the well-being of all. And so it is. So mote it be. Amen. Now, thank you for watching. Thank you for my Words of Grace subscribers, whatever you want to call it, my members in the Facebook group. I love you all so much. I'll be doing these on a more regular schedule now that, you know, once Samhain gets going, I tend to be more internal. Anyway, life in the underworld for fun and profit. So thank you so much for being here, for chatting me up. Chat me up later if you want. Catch me on a break. And for you watching it on YouTube, you can certainly join the Words of Grace Facebook group. The link is in the description box below. Or if you need a personal reading, spiritual counseling, my info's down there too. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for your time, your energy. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get my numbers up to super live chat so I can do these on the regular on YouTube. Cool, cool. But for now, blessed Samhain. May you be blessed with all the grace that you need to learn, to heal, to grow, to become the best that you can be this Samhain tide. But for now, hail, farewell, blessed Samhain, and blessed, blessed, blessed be.